One man is being victimized by our own government. One man whom they fear, yet who millions love. One man who is willing to take the poison arrows of lawfare. One man whose voice has been taken away by a corrupt judge operating in a corrupt system. One man who has been ridiculed and insulted. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who stands between us and them. One man that wants to see America protected again. One man who wants to see America prosper again. One man who understands that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. One man who understands and protects the blessing of life. One man who wants to restore American exceptionalism. One man who once again wants to make America that shining city on a hill for all to see. A place where all the people of the world glowingly set their eyes upon. America. One man who unashamedly wants to make America great again. That one man is Donald Trump.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
Driver! Take 2 steps to your right! Take 2 steps to your right! Driver! Walk straight back! Keep walking! Keep that long.
What about, you and I have talked about motive in the past and how that plays a part or doesn't in any kind of future prosecutions. The fact that he had those 2 backpacks, those ceramic tiles, in between the long weapon, and then the GoPro that was already put on to that fence, what does that tell you, and does that have any weight future going?
Yeah, you could charge someone with various crimes, perhaps an attempted murder, without having a shot fired. If you've gone through the planning and have done something substantially to effectuate that, so you don't have to have a shot fired. But because the former president was so far away, 300 to 500 yards away on a different hole, I think it's going to be tough to charge him with a crime against Trump. Much easier to charge him with a crime against a Secret Service agent who apparently saw the rifle pointed at him. That's the key witness here, and that would be perhaps the most serious charge.
Dave Amberg, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Anna.
So what they're saying is, microphone is on, make sure I check that, is that they can't charge him with an attempted assassination as of yet because they haven't really confirmed or won't confirm that he actually took a shot. So otherwise, he was just a guy in the bushes laying there waiting for President Trump to come by, but he never really did anything. So they're charging him with weapons charges and things of that nature. So far. Now that they've charged him with something, they can hold him. And now where they start digging into his buttocks and finding anything they can possibly find on this guy. If they can put together some conspiracy charge where somebody was involved with him that told him hypnotized him, whatever, to go after Trump, then they will go with probably a conspiracy to attempt murder, or however they want to call it. But now it's time to build the case. A lot has happened in the last 24 hours. I had planned on going long on this show tonight, 7 o'clock show, probably taking it close to 9 o'clock, but I got preempted. I got pushed back. At 8 o'clock, Trump is doing a live broadcast on Twitter, which I will be covering. So here's what's going to happen. I want all you to stay with me. Tell all your friends, tell everybody else. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about this until about 7:25 or so. Then when this show is over, I got to shut it down early, open up the new show, because that's the way YouTube does it. I just couldn't stay going, and then, anyway, in any event, it's going to be a new show at 7:30. Hop on that show. You can see the banner on my page. That's going to start at about 7:30, or as soon as I restart the computer and clear everything, we're going to do that. So I want to bring you up to date as much as possible right now, and then when we go live at 7:30, I will continue to tell you more about what I've learned today. So let's just jump right into it. Don't waste any time. I may not take many comments because I got exactly 24 minutes, and I can talk my butt off for 24 minutes. So what you need to know is what happened today. Why did Trump all of a sudden say, I'm talking to the people at 8 o'clock? He's not doing, again, if you ever watch a Twitter X, it's basically audio. So you need to check in with me. Come back in here. We'll watch it. We'll talk about it. But he went scorched earth today. He went completely scorched earth. And I got it all for you right here. He posted this on both Twitter and True Social. The rhetoric, lies, as exemplified by the false statements made by Comrade Kamala Harris during the rigged and highly partisan ABC debate, and all of the ridiculous lawsuits specifically designed to inflict damage on Joe's, then Kamala's political opponent, me, has taken politics in our country to a whole new level of hatred, abuse, and distrust. Couldn't be more true. Because of this communist left rhetoric, the bullets are flying, and it will only get worse. He's absolutely correct with that. Allowing millions of people from places unknown to invade and take over our country is an unpardonable sin. Notice the word he used, unpardonable. A legal term, meaning he plans on charging many of these people for what they've done. This thing is scorched earth. And it's not all he did. Let's continue with this. Now, all capital letters, which, as you know, when typing on the internet, means he's shouting at these people, okay? I'm shouting this from the friggin' rooftops. You better listen. Our borders must be closed, and the terrorists, criminals, and mentally insane immediately removed from American cities and towns, deported back to their countries of origin. We want people to come into our country, but they must love our nation and come in legally and through a system of merit. You got to earn it. The world is laughing at us fools. They are stealing our jobs and our wealth. We cannot let them laugh any longer. Make America great again. So you can see that. Yes. Okay. This has been seen by 12.5 million people in a little under, it looks about 6 hours. 12:30 he put this up. But he wasn't done. He wasn't done by a long shot. He posted this later on. Now, I want to show you what he's done here. He went and compiled a bunch, 4 or 5 pages of stuff that the Democrats have been spewing over and over and over again. Too many for me to just read one at a time here. You can go on my Twitter file and read it. But to give you an idea, this is what he put up. I'm going to have to basically pull this into its own browser, and then we're going to move it over here like this so you guys can, where'd it go? So you guys can see this. All right, you ready? Okay. Where are we here? All right, the Democrats, I'm going to have to pull that up to there. All right. The Democrats' rhetoric inspired another attempt on President Trump's life. Yesterday, President Donald J. Trump was the target of a second assassination attempt in as many months. Thankfully, the would-be assassin was stopped by the heroic activity of law enforcement, but make no mistake, this cycle was egged on by the rhetoric and lies that have flowed from Kamala Harris to Democrats and their fake news allies for years. Democrats use increasingly, you guys can't see that. Let me see if I can move it up just a little bit. Okay. Sorry you can't see this, but making it bigger. Oh, I can make it smaller. Okay, here we go. Democrats used increasingly incendiary rhetoric against President Trump in the days, weeks, and months leading up to 2 assassination attempts. Kamala Harris repeatedly has said Trump is a threat to our democracy and fundamental way of life. Now, I don't have time to read it all. You guys can read this, but let me show you just how crazy this went. He's got 2. There's another page, another page of comments here where he's basically written down, compiled all of the crap that these people have said. It is on us to recognize the threat Trump poses. Does one of us have to come out alive? Ha ha ha. It's time to put Trump in a bullseye. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Trump is a threat to the nation. And he just went on and on and on, as you can see. He's quoted Tim Walz, Jasmine Crockett, Dan Goldman, Harris again with Liz Cheney, another page of his stuff, Steve Cohen, Maxine Waters, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Adam Schiff, Gregory Meeks, Dan Goldman again, Jake Auchincloss, Abigail Spanberger, Annie Custer, Becca Ballant, Jason Crow, Raul Garishala, Michael Bennett, Stacy Plaskett, Stephen Hortzford, Gabe Vasquez, and Mike Levin. Donald Trump is a threat to our nation, our freedom, and our democracy. Somebody compiled all that information for him. And they said, here it is. Here's what these Democrats have been doing. They've been attacking him nonstop since basically the time he came down the escalator. And he's had it. We've had it. It's over. We're done with you. And he's putting them all on notice right now and letting them know that they have committed unpardonable offenses. I'm not letting you off the hook unless Dementia Joe gets in here and says, hey, let me pardon all these people for the treacherous stuff that they've been stating. I'm coming after you. Yes, it is a retribution tour. I am going to take 2 shots at my life, 2 attempts. You've scared my children, my grandchildren. You went after every person I know. What do you expect is going to happen if this guy gets elected? Be afraid. We're all behind him. No more of this, well, he can't do this to his political opponent. BS. I think we're going to hear some of this tonight. I think this man has had it. He has reached his limit. It is time to go scorched earth on this Democrat Party and eliminate them as a party forever. They've cheated. They've lied. Seemingly been involved with 2 attempts on his life. Tried to take his property. Tried to take his money. Tried to ruin his marriage. Trying to everything. How much more can people expect that this man is just supposed to take? When they come out and say, he's a danger and he's looking to be, do retribution and he's going to go after his enemies. Yes. Yes. How any one of us would do that? Why wouldn't you go after people who went beyond a political campaign and have gone after you personally? Revenge has to be in order. Retribution has to be in order. If you don't like it, take off on the, private jet and get the hell out now, because we're coming for you. And I don't mean violence. I think all these people should be basically taken to Gitmo. Done. There should be lots of fear in Washington, D.C. these days. On the right as well. Yeah, talking about you, Mitch O'Connell. We know you've been dirty. Man, at this point, I hope in about 45 minutes he goes completely scorched earth. Now, some details about what happened. Breaking news, Ralph, this is the guy who was laying in wait for him, his cell phone pinged in the vicinity of the golf course from 2 a.m. the night before until 1:30 when he fled. So this guy was hanging out by the golf course somewhere, maybe in the bushes, for almost 12 hours. Look at that. The plates on his car are stolen plates. The AR weapon he used also had a scratched out serial number. All of this leads to premeditation. It also leads to something else. It leads to the thought of contract killer. This guy had ceramic plates to make sure that he didn't get hit. He wanted to live. He had scratched out the serial number on the weapon. He had stolen plates on the vehicle. I don't know if the vehicle was stolen, but he had stolen plates on the vehicle so nobody could find that. What does that sound like to you? And then lay in wait somewhere near the golf course for 12 hours? For 12 hours. Somebody got to answer some questions. Paul Sperry says the would-be Trump assassin told the court today he has no assets and lives off of $3,000 a month while supporting a son as a roofer, yet he's finding money to travel back and forth to Oahu in Hawaii and to Ukraine as a mercenary while amassing a small arsenal of weapons plus GoPro equipment. Man, this sounds like Treadstone. Sounds exactly like Treadstone. You know what Treadstone is? Go look that up. That was from The Bourne Identity. Matt Damon's character, where they messed with his head and then had him go out and take care of people. This guy's got no money that we know of, haven't found yet. Comes back and forth from Oahu, goes over to Ukraine and plays around as a mercenary, comes back here and he's got a filed off weapon. That's not just some wacko decided today he wanted to go take a shot at Trump. I'm sorry, that's not it at all. This one here, and this made my heart glow when I heard this. Breaking: Florida Governor Ron DeSantis refuses to hand Trump shooting suspect Ryan Routh over to the feds. He was arrested by local Florida PD while fleeing on I-95. So the initial jurisdiction falls under the state of Florida. FBI has demanded custody of him, but DeSantis refused, saying, we'll take it from here. Read between the lines there. Oh, they were demanding custody. Well, you demand all you want. We got him. We're going to make sure this guy doesn't get suicided. We've seen what you did with people like Epstein. We saw what you did to the kid in, Butler, Pennsylvania. That ain't going to happen here. Not going to happen. We're going to look into every nook and cranny of this guy's life, and we're going to come up with what the heck is going on. And we're going to do it in Florida. Now, you may have to take us to court. You may sue. You may win. But as of right now, this guy is in state of Florida custody. The feds don't have him. That is huge. Absolutely huge. Now let's see what a third party, not tied in with all these agencies, can do. Because you know how they share information. No, they don't. I'm sorry, it's quiet. It's under investigation. We've heard Christopher Wray say it over and over. I can't share any details of the investigation. Well, you won't have to. Ron DeSantis is taking control of the situation right now. Ron DeSantis is doing Florida's business. This was a Florida crime. As you said, there was no federal crime because he didn't take a shot, right? That's what you said. Where's the ballistics report? How do we know what's going on? Where'd he get the gun? This guy's broke. How'd he get back and forth? Let Ron DeSantis find that out. Kyle Becker came up and said, in addition to everything else we heard thus far, Josh Hawley released his whistleblower report on the first assassination attempt. And it's not good. The whistleblower made a number of allegations, and he highlighted them here. The majority of DHS personnel are unfamiliar with security protocols. They don't even know what they're doing. Only training received by many agents, Homeland Security, was a single 2-hour webinar. We got Secret Service agents learning how to be Secret Service agents over friggin' Zoom. Law enforcement was supposed to be on the roof where Crook shot from, but the post was abandoned. Okay. Nightly before the rally, Secret Service denied offers to utilize Butler County's drones. No, we're good. I guess they didn't cover that during the Zoom session. U.S. Secret Service Counter Surveillance Division did not perform routine pre-event surveillance. I want you to understand, I told you, I used to promote concerts, lots of concerts. And you're telling me nobody walked the grounds or did any surveillance before the event. You can't even do that with a rock concert. I hope you understand that. There is nobody promoting an event anywhere in the country, maybe even in the world at this point, that's not walking the perimeter and seeing what's out there in the stadium / arena or field. This is absurd. This is the presidential candidate, and you're not even doing the bare minimum. The gunman would have been handcuffed after being spotted with rangefinder if the U.S. Secret Service was present, Counter Surveillance Division. The Secret Service lead agent lacked the competence and experience. The Secret Service preemptively informed Pittsburgh field office the Butler rally was not going to receive any additional security resources. What in the hell are these people doing denying Trump resources? And then lying about it, because if you remember after Butler, oh no, we never denied anything. We gave him everything asked for. You lied. They found out you lied about that. This entire administration is one big lie. It just keeps going on and on. The report concludes 2 months have now elapsed since former President Donald Trump was nearly assassinated, and the American people still know far too little about why this happened. The Secret Service, FBI, usual suspects, have not been forthcoming with the American people. Why? Far from it. They have closed ranks, refused to confirm or deny whistleblower allegations, and resisted meaningful oversight. In fact, sources with direct knowledge of Secret Service's own internal investigation have alleged to Senator Hawley that the Department of Homeland Security is leaning on Secret Service not to comply with any document requests from Congress. Why would Mayorkas say, no, don't share any documents with Congress? Don't tell them anything. Keep it in the family. What goes on here stays here. Why? Why would you be doing that? It stinks. Left alone, these agencies will not reform themselves. They will continue to stonewall and obfuscate. Plainly, it is now up to Congress and the President to clean house at these failing agencies at the earliest possible opportunity. Wow. What I'm seeing, and I'm just going to tell you this. What I'm seeing, I think a few other people are seeing. You may not realize it. You may not know. This may scare you. But I think we are already in a civil war. I think right now there are good guys and bad guys. And these good guys and bad guys are fighting behind the scenes in clandestine ways. And the good guys are letting everybody know these bad guys actually work for the federal government. They're doing everything possible, it seems, to get this guy wasted. They're doing everything possible not to tell the American people what's going on. They're doing everything possible to have Kamala Harris installed as president, even if it means somebody dying, which they did, Corey and Butler. If it means they have to cheat and compromise media personnel and celebrities, they are going to do everything. Tammy Bruce put out something very interesting. I want you to take a look at this. An absolutely necessary question right now. Is there so much crime being committed by the bureaucratic state, i.e. the deep state, that they are willing to engage in murder to keep it hidden? What are these bureaucrats doing? What are these alphabet agencies doing? How much money have they stolen from the American people? What are they doing over in that country? What are they doing underwater on a Nord Stream pipeline? What are they doing? How are they sowing unrest around the world and having Americans pay for something they have no idea what the hell is going on? And if they're willing to do that, commit murder for their crimes, what do you think their plan is for this country if they win after everything they've done to us? I think you should probably read that twice. And I think you should read that with the expectation of, or thought, that we are indeed at war with ourselves. Something isn't right. Something is definitely going on. You can't turn away from it and think this is just normal. Completely normal. 2 assassination attempts on a former president who is presently the lead candidate to win this thing. And you've had 2 presidential assassination attempts in less than 2 months. What does that tell you? It tells me that these people have basically given up. Given up in terms of trying to win the election. No, it's not about that anymore. Screw Kamala Harris. We own her. She'll be the best puppet ever. We're gonna bring this little younger, good-looking woman in and just tell her put a pole up her butt and say, just say this. You don't need to know anything, and just stay out of our way. We won't throw your brother-in-law, Tony West, in jail for, embezzling billions. All of the stuff that they've done with Transformers and trying to destroy the American way of life, all of it, none of it makes any sense. Except it does. It's telling me, and it should be telling you, that there's a war being waged inside of our own borders. I'm going to leave you with one question because I got to bounce for the 7:30, which we will continue this. If you could show me one video, one report, anywhere, on any of those networks, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, show me one report where they have talked negatively about the immigrants, the newcomers. Has there been any negative report? In fact, no. It's completely the opposite. They are bending over backwards to let you know you are the bad people. These are great people we're bringing in here. Oh, they're fantastic. I see it on Twitter constantly. They won't even speak a word about the impact, the negative impact these people are causing in America. They compare it to other Americans. Well, Americans cause crime too. Yeah, but we belong here. We were born here. This is our country. It's like having a family fight. Hey, that might be my brother, and I might be pounding on his head, but guess what? We're family. These people aren't family. Whatever they do, whatever crimes they may commit is one crime too many. And then they try to say stuff like, it's not really that bad. No, that bad isn't what matters. The fact that it's happening. The fact that there's 300,000 plus kids missing, and they won't talk about that. Not a single word. So yes, I believe Trump is pissed. I believe Trump's going to come out tonight and say, you know what? We need to take these people down hard. We need to do anything we possibly can to make sure that these people do meet with retribution. That they do meet and have to answer for themselves. That they're introduced to Gitmo. Bring them all down. Scorched earth. Don't leave a single stone unturned. Every single Democrat who's been involved with furthering all of this insanity needs to be taken down. And I don't mean physically, so don't try to flame me because Barry's calling for violence. No, just the opposite. I'm calling for handcuffs. I'm calling for handcuffs and sentences. There are people sitting in jail right now because they participated in a protest on January 6th. These people have participated in something way, way, way more sinister. So it's 7:30. I got to jump over to the other stream because I can't be late if Donald Trump is going to be talking. I'm sorry I have to cut it off after only 30 minutes. I didn't have a chance to get any comments, but here's what we're going to do. As soon as the other one goes live, which would be in about 2 minutes, we're going to pick up this conversation, but I have to end it now because we got to get the other thing ready for Trump speaking at 8 o'clock. And I'm sure he might be late, but we're going to be ready. So join me on the other stream